A 9-point loss to the Adelaide Crows, and all I can say, David Rhys-Jones, is that it is a cruel, cruel game. Everywhere you look in that second half, I reckon Carlton should have won, and won by a few goals. It is just cruel how it goes sometimes.
Yeah, and you just got to really feel for the players at the moment. They battle hard today, and they you know, whether they deserve to win or not, it's what the scoreboard says at the end, and they got beat. But they can probably hold their heads a lot higher than what they have been able to recently. It
is without doubt the best I have seen Carlton this season, maybe other than the win against St Kilda. The pressure was there, the run and carry was there. It is a team that is watchable again. I reckon we went through a stage where you didn't even want to watch the Blues play because you were scared of the result. They're watchable again on the back of today, and it was a solid game of football, and while the result didn't go Carlton's way, it was good to watch.
Yeah, well, as we were saying earlier this year, you know, I mean, they weren't playing as a team, and they're playing within themselves, in the, you know, going into their shells a lot, and they went out and played as a team. They cared for each other. You know, there's a lot of blocking, a lot of covering for each other, which wasn't happening in the early stage. But look, it you know, the positives have come out. Cruz was you know, great to see the big bloke back out there. He was terrific, and just the effort and endeavour and the tackling and the little things that you expect players to do week in, week out.
Mark Murphy was outstanding, 36 possessions. Ed Curnow was solid this afternoon. Good to see these boys really putting their hand up. Patrick Cripps again, a real solid effort. The disappointing thing for me is that 100 possessions more than the Adelaide Crows. If you're getting the ball that much, you've got to be able to use it more to your advantage.
That's it, and our mistakes, and you know, we just made critical mistakes at critical times, and it really does cost you at the end of the game, and to lose a close one like that, you know, you'll go back through the tape and say, well, we should have kicked a goal there, we should have done this, but you know, the score's on the board, and we got beat again.
Dare we say, close enough isn't good enough, but again, I reiterate, it was a solid, good performance to watch. Got to touch on Chris Judd, because out of the day, that is the most distressing aspect. Going down with what the club believes to be an ACL, that could very well be the end for Chris Judd. Not the way the club wanted him to go out, not the way he'd want to go out, but I said it before, it is a cruel game sometimes, Rhys.
Well, it can be, but, you know, I mean, he's going to have, you know, obviously if it is an ACL, it's going to be a good 12 months. You know, you wouldn't want a player of his standing and his quality going out that way, and I personally, I'd love to see him come back and play the second half of next year, but that'll be up to Chris and whether he's got the desire to get back. I mean, there's a lot of rehabilitation involved, and he's a professional. He'll know whether he wants to do that and go through all that.
Fingers crossed for Chris Judd. Of course, you'll get all the news right here on Carlton FC TV first.